I still remember the scent of the daisies he brought home, my favorite. I smiled, put them in a vase and told him I loved him, all while knowing what I had hidden in the closet. 9 months of lies, 200 screenshots, and the sickening feeling that I was the perfect pawn in his game. You won't believe the secret I held onto while planning my revenge. The luminescent glow of Stuart's mobile device pierced the dim ambience of our Friday evening cinematic experience, its preview notification hinting at a cetacean subject. My mind immediately swam with perplexity, questioning why his associate, Jackson, would be transmitting messages regarding marine fauna at such a late hour, precisely 9 p.m. I instinctively reached for the apparatus, intending to return it to its rightful owner, as we were engrossed in an exhilarating action film, and Stuart had been anticipating a reply from his compatriot concerning their forthcoming weekend gaming endeavors. Stuart had been contending with a respiratory ailment throughout the entire week, and precisely as my fingers closed around his telephone, he unleashed a particularly forceful paroxysm of coughing, that unpleasant, phlegm-laden expulsion that unequivocally signals an urgent need for intervention. He swiftly retrieved the device from my grasp and virtually sprinted towards the lavatory, driven by the necessity to clear his nasal passages and avoid any unseemly displays in my presence, an act which, to be perfectly candid, I appreciated immensely at that particular juncture, as no one desires to witness such a spectacle. However, here lies the pivotal detail that ignites within me an irrepressible urge to vocalize my despair into the vast emptiness. His singular focus on reaching the lavatory before experiencing a complete sinus eruption caused him to neglect the simple act of securing his phone. The display remained illuminated when a subsequent communication surfaced from the identical group conversation, inquiring, "Is that whale still conversing?" accompanied by a trio of crying with laughter emojis. I remained seated on my settee, the very same settee for which I diligently rendered payments in my domiciliary space. And I accessed that collective chat, propelled by an intrinsic conviction that this discourse pertained to me. And oh, by the divine, was my intuition accurate. This individual had been participating in a group communication with Jackson and 2 other male acquaintances, Josiah and Johnny. And they had been unequivocally and systematically disparaging me. But it wasn't merely their verbal calumny. Stuart had been clandestinely recording my interactions. Actual audio snippets and visual captures, me recounting the events of my professional day, me chuckling at a humorous digital short on TikTok, me serenading my maternal figure, Virginia, with happy birthday via FaceTime in the month of August. And each and every single recording was accompanied by a derogatory caption. "Someone, for the love of all that is sacred, alleviate my existence. This porcine creature will not cease its utterances. For how much longer must I feign genuine interest? She is vocalizing once more. A benevolent soul, please rescue me." I persisted in scrolling, my digits trembling, yet not from sorrow. I was incensed. Jackson dispatched a missive in July, inquiring why Stuart had not yet severed ties with me if I was indeed so vexatious. And Stuart's subsequent rejoinder? I immediately captured a digital image of this particular exchange, understanding